This is a puzzle platformer where you play as Lily, a small girl who wakes up in what seems like a dream world after something happens involving her parents in a tree. The game has this really pretty hand-drawn art style that looks kind of watercolorish, and the game's main hook is that you can manipulate the environment around you by rotating and swapping sections of the world to solve puzzles. It's got this emotional story about grief running underneath everything, which becomes pretty clear as you play. Thank you kindly to SoftSource for sponsoring this video. So the game starts off innocent enough with Lily being called home by her parents, but things get weird fast. You are jumping around learning the basics and then suddenly the tone shifts. The specifics I'm not going to spoil right now, of course. The game doesn't spell it out directly, but there are hints everywhere. You meet this turtle companion named Flippy who joins you on your journey to supposedly find your parents, though it becomes obvious that's probably not what's really happening here. The main gameplay is all about using something called the manipulator. Essentially, you can grab different sections of the world and spin them around, or swap their positions. Early on, it's simple stuff like rotating a platform, so you can climb up it like stairs, but it gets trickier as you go. For example, you'll be standing on a platform, rotating it while you're on it, and then jumping to another section you've already moved into position. The game also introduces keys that you have to physically pick up and throw them to get them where they need to go. You can't throw them very far, so sometimes you need to rotate the world to create a path and keep moving it forward until you can unlock a door. The puzzles start easy but ramp up pretty quick. You'll hit moments where you need to really think about the order of operations. The game lets you reset any puzzle instantly by holding a button, which is nice when you paint yourself into a corner. There's no death penalty either, you just respawn at the last checkpoint, which are these small glowing things you pass over. A cool thing about the movement is that you can bounce off mushrooms to reach higher areas, and you need to factor that into your puzzle solutions. The game also has these spike traps you need to avoid, but they're pretty easy to spot. The controls feel very smooth and responsive, which matters a lot in a platformer. The general presentation is very well made. Story-wise, things get darker as you progress. The beginning has this cozy feeling with butterflies and pretty forests, but then you see a scene with Lily's family that goes wrong somehow. After that, Lily looks pale and ghost-like, and the world around her starts feeling less real. The art style essentially sells the whole thing. Everything looks hand-painted and there's a lot of detail in the backgrounds. The color palette shifts between warm and inviting in the early areas, to more unsettling later. The music matches the mood too. It stays quiet and atmospheric rather than being in your face about it. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.